based on your experiences, based on your trip in entrepreneurship for the past 6 years or even more, there has to be some people or a story that really affected you where you're just like, wow, what am I doing right now?
A story? We got thousands of stories.
Yes, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Our people want to hear it. Just like it shocked you to your core that you need to make some changes in your life.
You want to answer?
No,
I mean, we could both answer, but I'll say for me, there was certain experiences that we went through, and we went through separate, and we went through as a couple, because we've been in business together from like day one. Even though he worked at Applebee's and my career was in nursing, when we decided to go into entrepreneurship, it wasn't entrepreneurship, he does this separate and I do this separate. Right. It was entrepreneurship, like we doing this together. So I see this man's face 24/7, 365 days, 365 days.
All day, every day.
All day, every day did not come from just words. It's actually what it is.
Yeah.
And what I learned, with you asking me this question right now, is that I wouldn't be able to answer that question if I didn't go through those experiences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you want me to give you a scenario of experience, it was, you think people got your back, but they really don't. Because at the end of the day, it's with them. What's in it for me?
Yeah.
And in the early stage of us personally developing, we didn't realize that people have different personalities. And just because you are the way that you are, I can't expect you to be different because you are who you are. And so what ends up happening for myself, I ended up saying, like, I don't understand why this person act like this. I would not do that to them. But you're not them. And so that was something that I had to realize. And from the process of realizing that through so many different situations, I had to learn that people are in it for themselves no matter how it looks. You may have a best friend and y'all ride or die, great. But at the end of the day, the best friend is still for herself and you are still for yourself. Now you have to just be very, very aware that you can't fall into the trap of, if I do this for you, I expect you to do it for me. It's more, I would like it. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. And in the entrepreneurial journey, we had to learn that. We had to learn that, people are in it. Now we know we got to make the situation a win-win. It can't be half-assed. It got to be a win-win situation. It can't be, oh, he wants to make money, but let's put up this business first, and through the business we're gonna help him make money. No, he wants to make money first. So if you care about that and you want the relationship to work out, make him make the money, and then y'all do what you gotta do. But that was one of the biggest things that I learned, that at the end of the day, people are in it for themselves, and you're gonna have a couple ride or dies, but even the ride or dies, you still gotta not careful, but understand that if you help more people, everything that you want is going to happen.
Yeah.
So if you have that mindset of, I'm going to help you get what you want, and in turns I'm going to get what I want, then everything works out. Win-win.
Win-win.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, I agree with what Felicia said.
Wow moment for you.
A wow moment for me? I think a wow moment for me was realizing how good I actually was.
Okay. Yeah.
You're good, but you don't know how good you are. And you'll never know how good you are because you just keep on getting better and better every day. So, one of the affirmations I have is, I am getting better and better every day in each and every single way.
Yeah.
And there's no such thing as winning or losing. It's just me either winning or learning, right? Because everything is an experience. Win cannot exist without lose, and lose cannot exist without the opportunity to win, right? So when you really know these things, you take the pressure off life itself. you take away the external pressure and you start to move at your own speed, right? So you got to move at your own speed with your own sense of urgency to know that I set these goals, so these goals are going to get accomplished, with the outside world as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you say, I got to go to work at 7 o'clock and you get up at like 6:59 to try to get to work at 7 o'clock saying, this is my world, yeah, it's going to be late.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to get fired.
Yes.
So, it's having that inside connection with yourself, but also connecting it with that outside reality. And there are people that are going to look at you and say, hey, you're a dreamer. You're too much of a spiritual person. You're too optimistic. And that is because they are too grounded in reality, not knowing that reality was just something that they were born into, right? They didn't get a chance to create their own reality. So when you're living on that space where you know that you're living in this world right now, and we didn't create these trees and we didn't create this bench, but I also have the equal opportunity to go chop one of these trees down, shave it down, and make 5 more benches right here in this space. That's the opportunity where we live in the world of, do you know how good you are? Do you know that you're good enough to add to the current reality?
Yeah.
So in 2030, when the new set of generation is born, that generation is going to be born into the reality that you created. So when I learned that I was contributing to the advancement of life, it made me start to take myself more serious.
Yes.
It made me start to take my role in this world a little bit more serious. You get what I'm saying? It made me started to not do a job half-ass. It made me be more compelled to finish what I start. Because if I start something and I walk away from it, it's like me starting to build this bench, and all I did was come here with the wood and the screws, and then I walked away. Nobody would be able to sit. But who knows? Because maybe the next man come and be like, oh, somebody started it, let me finish it.
Yeah.
So there's no wrong or right way to look at it. It's just a matter of how do you accept it for yourself.
Yeah.
And once I started to accept things for myself as life is happening, but I am also life happening.
Yeah.
It made me start to just feel more confident in whatever idea I had.
So now you're talking about purpose.
Right.
Now
Right.
you're talking about purpose.
Self-activation,
Yeah.
which is the best activation, where you're able to wake yourself out of bed. I mean, sometimes I don't even sleep. Like Felicia, I'll probably go about like 48 hours with no sleep.
Yeah.
And how do you do 48 hours with no sleep?
You have a purpose.
Yeah, you like, man, I'm burning, and you go down for 2 hours just to recharge, and you get up and you're like, yo, I gotta get back to work.
Yeah.
That's because you were given a task, and when you believe that your task has a role to play in the advancement of just the world, you can't sleep on that task. And that's just how I feel about certain things.
I love that. I love that you say you don't know how good you are.
Yeah.
That is
yeah.
powerful. And I want to share with y'all. Y'all told me one wow moment. I had like 10. No. I had like 3. And the thing is, I look at you guys as so disciplined. I look at you guys as just one cohesive thing that just works. Like it's just a flow of river flowing with no care in the world. And it goes to the ocean and just spreads into the ocean. And for me, I'm just chaos everywhere. Everywhere. But that's what you guys are saying when you say be around people who could elevate you and uplift you.
Right.
Because the people I was around, yeah, we love to drink and hang out and play games, but was it helping me fulfill my purpose?
Right.
No.
Right.